Hello friends, welcome back to Laravel tutorial. So in this video we are going to discuss about Seeder and Faker concept. Okay, we discussed about migration. Actually migration is related to database structure, means if you want to create a table, if you want to alter or add or modify columns, then we can use migration. But Seeder and Faker are related to database table data, means if you want to add some data we can use Seeder, and if you want to add some fake data we have a different class to add fake data, so we will use the Faker. So in this video we are going to cover about Seeder with Faker class. Okay, so here you can see this is my Laravel 11 database and we connect it with my application, and here we have table students. Now here using Seeder we want to add some data into the students. So what is the Seeder, or where the Seeder exists actually? So just go to the directory and just go to the folder structure. So this is the fresh folder, and if you just go to if you want to find Seeder, you can get a Seeder here. So inside the database folder we will have a Seeder here, factories, migration, schema, but all the Seeder will get from inside this folder. Okay, so just open this. Here you can see the database Seeder, which actually by default we will get when we install new fresh Laravel application. Okay, you can create your own Seeder. So this is the default Seeder. When you want to use the database Seeder option, by default this Seeder will execute, and here you can see the run methods. So inside the run methods, whatever you write, it's automatically write. It will automatically execute when the basic Seeder will execute. Now I want to create our own Seeder first. Okay, so let's see what happened. So now just go into the CMD, and here I want to create our own Seeder. So Seeder is, suppose if you want to see the PHP artisan list, here we will get all the available comments. Okay, so here if you check inside here, we will get inside the database operations section. So just scroll up, and here we will get db seed the database with records. Okay, and we will create seed. That means we'll get that option in the make section. So inside the make we'll get this Seeder option. Okay, so create a new Seeder class. So let's create a new Seeder for us. Okay, so we have a table, that is the students table. We will generate a Seeder for students table, and by that Seeder we will insert some data here. Okay, so now just go into the terminal, just go into the command prompt, and let's create our own Seeder. PHP artisan db make Seeder. Okay, and the Seeder name is student table Seeder. Okay, so just enter this. It will create a Seeder inside this database Seeder folder. Okay, now just go here and you will get that Seeder. Okay, so here the class name is Seeder, and also you will get the run method, and in this run method we can do what we want. Here we can use a simple allocate query to insert some data, or simply use db query. We know how to use both things. I don't have model right now for student, so I just created the migration and created this Seeder. So I have no migration, so I don't want to use the allocate query. I will discuss about this allocate query in upcoming video in deep. Okay, now I just want to use basic database, so simply we will use the db. Okay, so using db we will insert some data. So db, and here just provide the table name. So my table name is students, so just put it down here, and I want to insert some data, so simply write insert, and here just want to add some array so that we can add data for every column. So first we have a name, and name just like write Sunny. Okay, and then email We can write here sunny at the rate email.com, just a demo data, right? And then we have address, so only 3 columns I need to add, address, okay, and just write here some random address. Great. Now our seeder is ready. Now how we can seed the database, how we can insert this data into the database. So simply just go here and here write php artisan db seed, and what actually I want to seed the student table seeder. So simply write class, the class name student table seeder. Okay, so just enter this, it will insert some data. So seeding database. Now if you just go here and let's see, we'll find a data inserted into my database. Okay, so here you can enter some data using the student table seeder. Now we can do the same things from the database seeder. Suppose I want to add a multiple data in a different table. So we have different seeder, just like student table seeder. We can have a blogs, we can have a teacher, we can have a library, whatever. Okay, so I want to add all the seeder, I want to run all the seeder at a time. So how can I do this? So simply just go to the parent seeder. So this is the default seeder. I just comment out that things, I will discuss about that is what is actually. So here we can call other seeder, so other child seeder, you can say, or other seeder from here. So simply write this and use the method call. I want to call each and every class from here. So I will just use the array. So here inside the array, just write in this way student table seeder and class. So if you want a multiple class, then just add in this way, okay, but I have only one, that's the reason I can add this one. Okay, so this is actually array, so whatever you want you can do by using that things. Now let's change data. So here write Rocky or rock, no problem, and here write rock at that email.com, and here write rock address. So simply write rock. Now just go here and I want to call the default seeder. So that time we don't need to mention the class name. So here we mentioned the class name, so I don't need to write to execute a default seeder. So simply enter this php artisan db seed, actually the database seeder, student table seeder running, and database seeder, student table seeder. Okay, now just go and refresh this, so we'll get another data rock at the email.com. Actually we run the student table seeder from the database seeder, you can understand. Another way, if you want to add directly, you can do these things. Means if you want to run here this option from here, you can use. So we are using db, so you can write here db, use db, so that we will get no error. Now here write John, and here write John at the email.com and John address. Now again run this, that time student table seeder will not execute, only seeding the database. So if you just go here, you will get another record. Now we can understand what is seeder. So now we are actually adding data one by one. So the purpose of, what's the purpose of that is, it's actually time consuming. So the thing is, when you add Faker inside the seeder, will get benefit of that things. Means suppose you have a large application and you created your application, and before actual deploying your application to the live server, you want to check the load capacity or how it will work if you have much data or lots of data. So for that we need some data for real-time testing with the test data, right? So will I enter step by step in this way? No, actually Faker is the generator, means it will create some demo data for you for your table. Okay, now I want to use Faker here so that you can clearly understand what the purpose of that Faker and how will help to test your application before actually going to live. Now simply just use a thing, that is use Faker, and let's use factory, factory factory as let's use the Faker. Okay, so we'll call using that. Okay, so this is the Faker. Now instead of these things I can write in this way. So I just commented out, and let's add in this way, like I want to add a variable and I want to call the Faker create function. So I want to create some data, I want to insert, means I need to call the create function from the Faker. Okay, so all the things will get inside the $Faker. Now I want to insert hundreds of record at a time, so we need loop. All right, and here I am just setting the range from 1 to 100. Okay, and as I want to set index. Okay, so this is the for each loop. You can understand the for each loop structure. Now we'll use these things but with the different options, means if I want to run these things, that means the John will insert 100 times, but I want a real-time data, real-time test data, so that we can test properly. So here Faker provides some special things, means here you can write here Faker name. It will generate some fake name for you, and let's add $Faker email. So it will generate lots of fake email for you. Actually it will looks like the original email, but it's fake, means automatically it will generate. Okay, and let's use Faker address. Okay, it will generate some address. Okay, now let's run that thing so you can understand. So just go into the CMD and run php artisan db seed. Okay, it may take some time because hundreds of records is adding. Okay, so seeding the database done. Now right now we have a three records, so it should be 103 records. Okay, now refresh. So here you will get 103 records, and just see these things, means we created these manually, but here these are the fake data. Actually it looks like original data. All right, so you can understand how easily we can use Faker, and by using Faker how can we insert some data into your class or into your tables. Okay, so that when you are going to live your application, before going to live, just add huge data, whatever you want to test, means instead of 100 you can write thousands, no problem, and you can test your application by providing the load. Okay, so hope you can understand how Faker is using and how helpful into your application. Okay, so still if you have any queries about this video, please comment in below comment section, and hope you will like this and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching this video. And one thing, next day we are going to discuss about some query related things, means we'll discuss about the joining part. So there are multiple types of joining, we'll discuss step by step. Okay, so thanks for watching this video and have a good day. Thank you.